let's go over the pattern pieces. So for the bodysuit front, you want to cut 1. For the bodysuit back, you want to cut 1 piece. For the sleeves, you want to cut 2. And for the main body piece, you want to make sure that this side here is on the fold of your fabric. Okay, and then just make sure you're using fabric that has a good amount of stretch. 4-way stretch will work best for this pattern. And then here in the yellow, I make sure to mark any section of the pattern where I need to leave an opening. Like for this body piece, this is the opening for the stand, if you're going to use it. If you don't plan to use it, then just go ahead and close it. I plan to use it, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure to mark this slit on the actual fabric so that I remember not to close that side right there. Same thing for the armholes. Make sure that you leave this here open on both pattern pieces. Okay, I want to point out that the pattern piece for the main body does say to cut 2, but just keep in mind that you're actually cutting the pattern on the fold. So in reality, you're cutting 1 piece twice, but on the fold. Since I am working with a knit fabric, I want to use a zigzag stitch when sewing the pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my machine width to a 1.5. The length, I'm going to set it to 1.5 as well. And then make sure that you set your stitch length to a zigzag stitch. So when sewing the main part of the bodysuit, first thing you want to do is sew the back side first. So I'm going to sew it from this point to this marking here, and then I'll start again at this marking to this point. Remember, if you plan to use the stand for the doll, you do want to keep this opening here. So just make sure that you just sew from here to here, and then pivot, and then sew from here to over here. So after you sew the back side, now you want to close it in the inner seam. So you want to open up the piece, and you want to join this point here with this point over here. I'm going to use clips to hold it together. And then this is the inner seam of the legs. And then you want to go ahead and fold this leg onto itself. Now on the pattern, you are going to see this markings here. So go ahead and transfer those markings to your fabric. That's going to help you with aligning the pattern piece when you're ready to sew. So I'm going to align that marking here and clip. And then align my other marking here and place another clip. And then just go ahead and do the same thing to the other side of the leg. Okay guys, so the bodysuit, well, the main part is sewn. But one thing I did want to point out is that I should have attached the elastic first, then sewn the back, and then the inner seam. It's okay if you do it the way I'm going to do it now. But the other way makes it easier when you attach the elastic first, because I now have to deal with a very small circumference, so it just makes it a little bit trickier, but not impossible. But next time that when I make it again, then I'll be sure to attach the elastic first, and then you want to sew the back part and then your inner seam. And then after your piece is sewn, go ahead and just trim a little bit of the excess. Just be careful that you don't get too close and cut your stitch. But these turned out pretty good. So let me go ahead and try it on one of the girls and see how it looks, if the fit is good. Now I attached the elastic. I used about 6 inches of elastic, And then I use the 1/8 soft stretch elastic. I know the pattern, I believe it's recommends 4 millimeters, and I think this one is a little bit under the 4 millimeters, but it still worked pretty well. So I have divergence here, so we're going to go ahead and she will be my model for today. So let's see, let's check the fit. As I attempted to make the bodysuit with a mesh fabric, but it didn't have a lot of stretch. It was definitely not full waist stretch, so it didn't work out too well. I mean, I can use it as a stocking. Well, actually, hold on. What am I doing? Both legs. Let's do both legs. Let's see. Oh, I think this one's gonna work out good. Because let me show you. I made this one, and I cut it the same way, but as you can see, look, it doesn't have like a lot of stretch, so it's a little bit snug, especially when you're going over the hip area, but I can still use them. Now, just warning, I actually tried this on my Against All Odds, and she's in the color Cinnamon, and guys, she only had this on for like maybe 5-10 minutes, and it stained her. So now I need to go buy like the magic eraser, or just to see whatever works to get the stains off of her. So I went ahead and I did wash all of this fabric a couple of times to get all the dye until the water ran clear. So do be very careful when you're using color fabric on your light colored dolls, because guys, 5-10 minutes and she's stained. So, but I can still use those. I just again, we're gonna get the mesh, just make sure it's full waist stretch. Let's see, I think this one's gonna fit really good. Get it? Well, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't understand. Let's see. Kind of go. Oh no, I guess it did work. It's just that maybe I do need to remove this piece here. I don't want to do that right now. I don't want to like take her apart, but the fit is still good. That's not bad. But you see, so see, look at the back. So the hole, it's not, so even though that I cut it at this, yeah, you see, it's like down here, but it's not where the port is. And I'm pretty sure that is not a 4-way stretch fabric. But I can still use this. So it's not going to go to waste. Because I can use it as stockings, you know. So now I need to make a note that if I do plan to use this fabric again, I need to add maybe, let's see, maybe an inch and a half. Yeah, about an inch. So I need to go, yeah, I need to add about an inch at the top. So that way it goes all the way to the top. But either way, I can still use these. So that's fine. It's not a total waste. And then, yeah, what a bummer though. So I guess I'll use these as stockings. This one here, I'll just use it as a stocking. And then I'll close this up later. Because let me show you Against All Odds. So right now I have her all dressed up. She's wearing her poncho that I made her. But let me just move this up. So I made these out of a this is like a lace stretch fabric. It has like a lace pattern, but it's very stretchy fabric, so it's definitely 4-way stretch. So as you can see, it did go all the way up. So that's why I say definitely make sure you're using a 4-way stretch when working on this pattern, especially the main body piece. The other like the sleeve and this portion and the bust, that should be fine. But it's the main body piece. So if I do plan on making it again with this fabric, I'll just add like an inch at the top and I should be good to go. But these turned out really good. And then there you go. And even if I wanted to close these, I have enough that if I wanted to just close them up, I can do that as well. But this is the one that I made. Hold on, let me take off her head. Hold on. So you guys can see the full outfit. So you see? I like it because it has like a Victorian look to it. So this is the portion. It has the elastic here. And then these are the sleeves. And then, as you can see, there's the elastic there. Hold on. I think I'm off camera. Hold on. So here's the elastic here for the sleeve. And this is the back portion. So this one turned out pretty good. I'm really happy with this one. And I'm happy that I have enough fabric, because this fabric, actually, I purchased this fabric. Oh my goodness, it was maybe, I want to say maybe like 5 years ago. I went to New York and the fashion school was having like a fabric sale. And I went, and that's where I picked up this fabric. And look, I finally get to use it, so I'm really happy. So I do have some extra, so I'm going to go ahead and make some more out of this one. So yeah, and again, this one's 4-way stretch. Okay, but this is still not bad. I just have to use, I can just use it as like a stocking, and she can still wear it. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the top portion and the sleeves, and I'll be back when I sew those two parts. But again, what a bummer. But again, it's okay. I can use these as stockings. I'll just close this up. Yeah, I'll close that up. Oh, I really thought this one was gonna work. Keep saying it's okay, but I'm still a little bummed. And here's the inner seam. Maybe I should apply some steam just so this aligns well, because I want it to look, you know, cleaned up. Other than that, looks kind of messy. But the inside, I just gotta iron it just to make the seam go to one side, like towards the back. Alright guys, I'll be back with the top portion and the sleeve. But for the top portion, I just wanted to take a moment to share with you how I put it together. So I sewed one side all the way to the marking of the armhole, and then I went ahead, stopped, sewed the other side down, and then I attached the elastic. Now for the armhole, I did do like a little stitch here just to hold the seams open. So just a little tiny stitch on both sides. So if you can see, here's the hole, and then this is like the neck part of the top portion. So I'm going to go ahead and just close this up, obviously leaving the armhole open. And then I'll be back and share with you guys. We'll try it on the doll to see how it looks. So now I'm going to work on the sleeve. The first thing I'm going to do is attach the elastic across the top using a zigzag stitch. And then once the elastic is attached, then I will fold it in half, right sides facing, and then just sew right down this this edge, and then you're done with the sleeve. Here are the girls in their bodysuit. See, against the odds, she's wearing one in a lace mesh fabric. I'm sorry, not mesh, knit fabric. And then Divergence is a solid white. Again, guys, please note, make sure to, like, if you plan to sew the bodysuit, to use a 4-way stretch fabric, because that will work best. Now, if you do sew the bodysuit, please comment below and let me know. I would like to hear from you as far as like which, like colors did you sew it in? Did you do a solid? Did you do a print? So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please let me know. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.